Welcome everybody to my new series that is going to be much more action-packed than the last one. The last series was brought about by me being curious of grinding versus questing as far as XP. I found out Hunter just was a very fast soloer of dungeons, even excelled in ways that Paladin didn't. I had received some feedback that the action was a little slow, and it was because I tend to be more of a careful player anyways. But now we're going to be running as survival as opposed to Beastmaster, because that's the main mistake I made, I feel, in the first series, is that yes, when you're grinding, running around, being able to kill everything's at a distance, very nice. But in here we're in a dungeon, we're all by ourselves, and we're pretty much going to be running through every single mob that we kill anyways, so there's no reason to not get in there. For those who don't know, the new survival spec come Legion is a melee class. In fact, for that reason, I totally forgot to get my weapon correct. Anyways, a little bit of overview. We are Janai this time, and that's partially for the hot, and also because they have an increase in agility. Alternatively, I was considering a gnome just because they have 1% haste and 5% additional focus, but I wanted the hot for myself, since we're going to be a little limited on the ways in which we can heal. I got my tabard ready to rack up the reputation. I'm in full heirlooms, including enchants, even on my shoulders. Yeah, so the only other thing I wanted to mention is that my hatchet toss is on a macro to set my pet to passive. That way, if I do need a line of sight pull or something along those lines, we will be ready for it. Oh, and talents. My pet's obviously set for tenacity, and my talent is animal instincts. This will basically reduce the cooldown on flanking strike to where we'd be able to use it just every other cooldown, every other global cooldown essentially, even faster than we'll gather the focus. So anyways, I promise this will be faster pace, so let's get into it. Alright, right off we flanking strike, which gives our pet the focus, or yeah, the aggro, and bam, that's down. So here we're going to bust the barrel to get the AoE stun. And now I'm going to pick off these guys one at a time with flanking strike. At level 16 we are going to get the passive ability called Survivalist, I think, which every time you kill a mob, it doesn't even specify generating honor experience, we'll get a heal over time going for, I think it's like 15% of our health over 10 seconds or something like that. Or maybe it's 10% over 15 seconds. I don't know, but it's enough to keep us going. Even right now you can see I'm just not taking much damage overall. My pet's doing most of the tanking. I do have men pet because we're starting off at level 15 just so I can do the quests and not rerun it. And there we go. Just kill, go on to the next one. These guys hit a little harder and stuff, so it is going to be a little more challenging, but all we gotta do is make sure we hit that guy with flanking strike, then come hit this one, and from now on my pet will be doing all of the tanking. Oh, he's not getting that one, so we'll go back to that one. Now the way flanking strike works is if they're attacking you, your pet will hit harder with significantly increased threat, and if they're already attacking your pet, you will hit harder. So overall, in terms of DPS per focus, it does hit just a little bit lighter than Raptor Strike. However, it's a real easy way to make sure that your pet stays in control. In fact, the pet's starting to lose health faster than men pet can handle it, so I could use Gift of the Naru to heal him up. The reason why I'm not going to is because of the mechanics of this fight. We get to this point, which as you can see comes a lot faster than when we were Beast Mastery, and he just basically stops attacking, so I have no need to further heal at this point, at least not my pet. If I stand in some of the fire, then yeah, I could use the heal. But we do have first aid. We're up to heavy linen at this point. We're starting to get wool drops. So after we get out of here, we will be up to cotton, or I mean wool, no doubt. Alright, and here's where the spec will really begin to shine, because we'll be able to just run in and start killing things. do that to gain aggro, and second one kills it. Alright, there I will throw in a Raptor Strike just to kill him off a little quicker. But for the most part, we're going to be sticking to flanking strike. And there I switch mobs just to keep my pet being the one tanking, just because I can heal him a lot easier than I can heal myself right now. Which, again, that will change at level 16 when we get the Survivalist passive ability. But for now, we're just gonna, and I use the Raptor Strike to finish him off, just because waiting for another flanking strike to come up just wouldn't have been worth my time. Go ahead and get the Mend Pet rolling. It's nice too, because the Mend Pet will basically give me aggro. And of course, if I have aggro, then my flanking strike will basically have my pet take over as the tank. So in a way, this does feel like it's faster than even soloing as your traditional melee classes, presumably because I have a pet with me. So there's Raptor Strike to finish him off, just because I didn't want to wait for the full cooldown. And as you can see, the pace is just a whole lot faster. I'm only waiting for the focus regen, but I really don't have to. There we go. Carving him down. Okay, and now we have the Survivalist passive. It technically came after that kill, so I had to cast Mend Pet because we still got the bug where we level up because the pet's in tenacity. And there you go. Survivalist healing 15% of your maximum health over 10 seconds. So we just keep that going. I'm using the Mend Pet only because we leveled in that bug since we're tenacity. And this way we'll just be able to keep going. Now that we've got the Survivalist, there won't be any downtime whatsoever, and it'll make the overall run go that much faster. I am taking a bit of care not to face pull the boss here. We'll use Raptor Strike to finish him off, because it's just a little bit more damage per focus. But more importantly, the fact that it hits softer and costs half as much is helpful. Oh, miscalculated there. Should have waited for another flanking strike. This class does have the option of, or the spec has the option of Harpoon, which is a move that basically pulls you to a mob from at range. The reason why I'm probably going to mostly refrain from using it is because our first talent is the one that lowers the cooldown whenever we cast Flanking Strike. And we want that cooldown reduction to go to Flanking Strike right now. Later on, we'll have it go to Mongoose Bite. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself there in terms of having my button forge set up, but that's okay. It's mostly okay. I should have my potion and my necklace on my main action bar, which I don't right now. But as you can see, things are dying a lot faster. We did technically kill his mount or ride or whatever it was, his lackey. So we do got the Survivalist going, which means I'm healing as this encounter's going. Bam. Done just like that. Keep on moving. I do want to take 1 second here to get those on the action bar. That should have been something I did before the run. I tried to get as prepared as I was, but like I said, I was using the other spec up until this point. Just because outside leveling, it does make sense to stay with Beast Mastery because you're doing everything at a distance. In here though, it's just us, so there's really no reason. Right. And just keep on cruising. Name of the game. And the fact that I'm tanking a little bit doesn't matter because I got the rolling heals. And for that reason, in these AoE pulls, we're going to make a concerted effort to focus everything down one at a time. For now, eventually we'll get a move that allows us to put a bleed. So when we get like an AoE pull of one elite and a bunch of non-elites, I'll put the bleed on the elite, and then just use flanking strike to more or less one-shot all the non-elites one at a time. But yeah, as you can see, it goes a lot faster than as Beast Mastery, so that's the point. Love it, just walk up and chunk him down like that. Just kind of two-shot that guy. Throw in the Raptor Strike. We're not technically killing these guys, so we're not getting the survivalist buff right now, and that's unfortunate, but the amount of health I'm losing is relatively insignificant. We can just bandage up while the boss is energizing. Or rather we would if I had put that on my action bar. Okay, so my action bars weren't quite as prepared as I wanted, but it's only because I switched specs.
Reaper 5000 online. All systems nominal.
And it is nice because flanking strike has you doing significantly more damage than your pet, so when your pet is tanking, the buff it gives to your attack is really nice. Yeah, I just critted for almost a K there, and I'm only level, what, 16, 17, 16? Yeah, 16. So that's really nice. And they're just going down like nothing. Definitely a lot faster than if I was Beastmaster. And that's really nice, because if you did watch the other series, you'll remember there was a boss in Black Fathom Deeps that I simply could not solo because of his healing. Oh, which by the way is why I'm carrying a carrion bird. Oh, excuse me, I misspoke. I was going to say that... Oh, alright, I'm gonna put my Gift of the Naru on my pet just because it leveled and I didn't heal it up. So yeah, we got the carrion bird so that that one boss in Black Fathom Deeps can't heal. Just because the pet you start off with doesn't really have an extra ability, so. But anyways, what I was trying to say in addition to that is that in the first series as a Beastmaster, I simply couldn't burn down that Subjugator boss, whereas as a survivalist hunter I can. So that's really is a testament to how much harder this spec hits compared to Beast Mastery. And there we go. And yeah, I took some damage, but we're healing over time, and it's gonna make it to where we get made up for.
Something first.
It'll really be nice once we get freezing trap, because then in pulls like this we can crowd control one and pull the others. Alright, there I broke my own rule of not focusing fire down one, just because I did want to have my pet take a threat from me. Another nice thing about survival being melee now is that it used to be when I first picked up this heirloom staff, it was only good for monks. And I'm not really big into having an heirloom that only works for like one class, especially since now, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they change it to where Windwalker has to dual wield? To where literally now there's not only just one class, but only one spec that can use this stuff. And now that Survivalist is melee, there's another one, so that's kind of nice. In fact, the only thing bad about Survivalist is my focus isn't regenerating fast enough for my taste. And that would have been one reason to roll a gnome instead. A lot of cloth, I'm liking that. That'll help get our first aid up for the next dungeon. Yeah, we're two-shotting most elites, which is much faster than we were doing as Beast Mastery, plus we got the rolling heal, so just in general this is significantly faster. So I do want to thank the person who gave me the feedback that the other series just wasn't fast-paced enough, which I kind of already knew, and later in the series it became even slower just because the content was ramping up. Here, so far, it doesn't look like that's going to be a problem. Yeah, we're going to take him down fast. Look at that. Cool. Can't believe I actually got that last shot in. Here, we'll just use Raptor Strike because there's no need to dump our focus with Flanking Strike. Jeez. He's going down fast. That's so nice.
I smell your fear.
He's going down fast.
Rip your heart from your chest.
Going to ignore the ads, obviously, since he's going down. Let's do that before. Okay, there's our freezing trap. Really nice. Okay, so we're getting a lot of our tools already. That's very nice. I still don't know why this guy isn't throwing out like vegetables and stuff. It's kind of like it's bugged or something. And I'm only men petting because we leveled up from the tenacity bug. Anyways, this video's we're past the 18-minute mark and we're about to be wrapped up here. Whereas in the original series, this video took more like 23 minutes. And that's with me jabbering a lot at the beginning of this video to explain all the specs and taking time to fix up my action bars and stuff like that. So, as you can see, we're in for a much quicker ride here. So, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's a lot more fun even than Beast Mastery, and I was having a lot of fun than Beast Mastery. So, give it a try sometime. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.